Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to my playthrough here of the Tales of Monkey Island. The last time we started a courtroom procedural in chapter 4 of Tales of Monkey Island. I actually really enjoyed playing the last episode. This really is where the game gets really good, and hopefully it keeps up that wonderful pace and quality for the rest of the game. So I'm going to continue on here as always with the trial and execution of Guybrush Threepwood. Trial of the century. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a badge with a pin in the collector's edition of Tales of Monkey Island that actually is a Trials of the Century badge, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Okay, betrayed by the pirate hunter / biggest fan, Morgan Flay, Guybrush Threepwood is delivered to the clutches of Marquis de Sange on Flotsam Island. But before the Threepwood obsessed scientist can begin his painful experiments, the mighty pirate TM is hauled before the pirate court of Flotsam Island and accused of various execution-worthy crimes. Oh yeah. That literally gives us like a full up-to-date where we last left off of the game. I haven't read all of them, obviously. I've just kind of gotten into the game because I've often given my own take on what went on. Okay, so where are we? I should have probably read that, but what other witnesses are left? Jacques de Oro. So I need to make him a glass eye, right? I think I half know how to do that. Call Guybrush Threepwood. Okay. Yeah, recess again.
Your Honor, I'd like to...
Bailiff! Please escort...
Oi, oi!
Look at Stan. Stan is so good. I love Stan. Okay.
Hey, guard! What do you want?
And I suppose, yeah, interestingly, with, I haven't played Return yet, if you're watching this in the future. Because this series is on the lead up to Return. I don't know why you'd be watching like episode fucking 8 or 9 of some playthrough. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see Stan, because Stan is behind bars in Return to Monkey Island, and in what what did he do? Why is he in jail? And will I have to become his lawyer then? Okay.
I want to see my lawyer. Again? He's not getting any smarter.
No, he is not. And I have a cup of coffee as always in my Raccoon City Police Department mug, which I love. Okay, I think I have to go into the club to get Jacques de Oro a cool red eye, but also, look at this. Hang on, a seagull.
Filthy flying fecal flingers.
Let's use the hook on the seagull.
I don't think they'd appreciate being impaled on my hook.
They might.
That doesn't need to be illuminated.
Oh, I don't have any of those. Right, well that kind of puts a bit of a dampener on what I had planned on doing in order to get Jacques de Oro his Joaquin d'Oro.
Doro? What?
Why do you want a glass eye?
Why do you want a glass eye? An eye patch is much more piratey.
Eye patches are so last month. All the cool pirates are getting scary glass eyes these days.
But hooks are still cool, right?
Grr. I guess.
So I need to give him a glass eye, but like, where am I going to get a glass eye? Well, obviously the glass person, the man making glass, might be a good idea. Let's talk to the glass manufacturer again. See, I've got a feeling it has something to do with the
Stay there, unbiased.
skull.
What do you want?
Yeah.
I see you can make a glass leg, but tell me, can you make a glass eye?
Aye. But not just any glass eyes. Genuine imitation eyes made from the crystal reefs themselves.
Genuine imitation eyes?
That's right. They'll imitate the eye color of anyone they see. You just point them at someone's eyes, give them a few seconds to set, and shazam! All new eye color. When you got a color you like, just pop it in your eye socket, and it'll stay that way forever.
I'm intrigued and cautiously optimistic. How much?
Here, try out this defective one for free.
Defective?
Aye, it's a little nearsighted, so you'll have to get up real close to the subject to capture their eye color.
Thanks. I take back all the nasty things I wrote in my diary about you. See ya.
Okay, I think I need to use the judge in order to, use this defective glass eye. So, obviously, if I just use the eye on, like, Bailiff Hardtack.
Say cheese.
Yes, it does smell a bit like cheese out here. Hey!
Of course, he wouldn't know what a camera is. It does smell like cheese out here. Oh, having the same problem as last time. My mouse is dead. Right, okay, let's change over the batteries again mid-episode. Why does this keep happening to me? I think these batteries are just real. The selection of batteries I own are all way too old. So yeah, with the glass eye, like, obviously I must be able to go around and get everybody's glass eye, so I bet you there probably was, like, would there have been a trophy for getting all the different eyes on the PlayStation version? Maybe. I think this was the only chapter in the whole of the game when I played it originally on the PlayStation 3 that I didn't get. There we are. Ah, I love it. That I didn't get 100% on it, and it was really sad. But here we are.
Nice looking, but not exactly wow.
Yeah, Doro's not going to be happy with that. But I'd love to see some of these responses to this eye.
Hey, Doro.
What?
I've got an eye for you.
It's nice, but
But
I really had my heart set on a cool glass eye that glows.
glows?
Oh, you know? Like all the cool, poxed pirates' eyes glow when they get angry.
You want to look like an out-of-control diseased pirate?
Oh, see. Then all the pirates will fear and respect the
Joaquin.
name of Joaquin Doro.
Jacqueline. Jacone. Joaquin. Joaquin. What if I do Stan, so?
Hey, Stan, mind if I capture your eye color for posterity?
No problemo, Threepwood. Just as long as old Stan gets a cut of the reproduction profits.
Sure.
Always looking to make a bit of a,
Whoa.
bit of a buck.
That really puts the spots in the old pupils, doesn't it?
Stan actually has really weird eyes.
That eye color doesn't really impress me.
Show everybody's eyes to Joaquin.
Hey, Doro, I've got your glass eye.
Is it throbbing with the color of an angry, poxed pirate?
Not really.
Then I don't want it.
Yeah, so I think it's the judge. Yeah, you have to get angry and then sit next to him, and I think that's the answer to the puzzle, really, to be honest. Can I do it on the bird? I can. Very Men in Black, isn't it?
Nice looking, but not exactly wow.
I suppose it's like, it's cool that they put in, interactions with the eye for everybody's eye that you need. Can I do it on the Guybrush Threepwood thing? No? No. Okay, let's go into the bar. You see, I was thinking that you'd have to use the molten glass that's outside the glass blower's place, bring it in here, and then pour it into the skull on the table here. This skull. Because, like, that's a weird... And there's sugar up there. Like, it's a weird angle, isn't it? Maybe that's a later puzzle or something. Let's talk to her. Boss
Krebs.
What do you want?
I need to look up who voice acts this person, because it's a very poor Irish accent. Unless she could possibly be Irish and doing a weird kind of over-the-top Irish. accent thing. You're not upset about the trial, are you?
You're not upset about the trial, are you?
Why would I possibly be upset by the fact that I hideously disfigured myself in a quest for long-delayed vengeance, only to have it cruelly snatched away at the last moment?
About your quest for vengeance.
About your quest for vengeance? I'm afraid I still don't remember you.
You don't remember? How could you forget how you sank me marlin hunting ship off the coast of Snark Island? Or the time you framed me for mopery on Wurtling Shores?
Unless I've taken too many blows to the head, I'm pretty sure I've never been to any of those places or done any of those things.
Well, you may not remember Bosun Catherine C. Krebs, but you can be sure that there'll always be a black mark next to the name of Guybrush Q. Threepwood.
Q?
Wait, did you say Guybrush Q. Threepwood?
Aye, and a fouler name never escaped me lips.
But it's the wrong name. I'm Guybrush U. Threepwood.
Oh yeah, Ulysses.
Yeah, your vendetta must be with the other Guybrush Threepwood. I should have realized. You know, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. I keep getting his mail, too. You're not still upset about the whole hideously scarring your leg in a bid to seek unholy vengeance against the wrong target thing, are you?
Yes.
Hey, Krebs, now that your case has been dismissed, care to join me in a little post-trial amicus curiae?
Was that a pickup line?
I don't know. My Latin's a little rusty.
Fraternizing. You're a married man, Guybrush.
Bye.
Bye. See you later. You're a married man, Guybrush. Very bold. What if I use it on this painting?
The eye only captures the color of other living eyes.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. What about Morgan? How's Morgan getting on? No. Let's use the eye on Morgan, though.
What are you doing?
Capturing the eyes of a backstabber.
Whatever.
See what he says about Morgan's eye.
That eye color doesn't really impress me.
What if I oh no. If I show it to her, it'll just take a picture of the eye again.
Hey, WP.
Captain Threepwood, what can I do you for?
Okay. I love the way that he's just like a different person in the court and out of the court. Also, the Guybrush Ulysses Threepwood thing, like I'm okay with that. I think that's cool. But I think they could have done something funnier with that character there. Like they could have laid into the fact that Guybrush has done so much wacky adventures that he just doesn't remember who the hell they are, like because they're so beneath him kind of thing. I think that would have been quite funny. Okay, go on, I'll finish this puzzle so and move on.
Who go? Oh, it's you.
I'd like to return to court to defend my client.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I
then.
would.
Let's find Judge Grindstump. The pirate court of Flotsam Island is...
Yes, get on with it!
Okay. I'd like to call myself. Yeah.
I'd like to recall myself to the stand.
Well, get on with it.
The witness is reminded that he is still under oath.
I need to make the man annoyed. Where were you on the 9th? Captain Threepwood, tell me about LeChuck.
Captain Sheepgood. Threepwood. Ah, yes. Shreveport. Threepwood. Greensleeves. Treebeard. Objection.
The defense will get on with it, or the court will order his...
Quickly. Quickly.
Hold that crazy pose. Gotcha.
Here we are.
Right, where were we?
There we are. Puzzle solved. Oh yeah, so I have to go through this business again in order to get out of here. Recess.
Your Honor, I'd like to call a recess.
Bailiff!
Oi, oi!
Hey, guard.
What do you want?
I think they could have cut this section where you have to be in here. Like once you've done it once, they should have done like the It's done it in previous games when you've already solved a puzzle. When you need to go out again, it just kind of skips. I don't see the point in us having to constantly do this. But fair enough. I want to see my lawyer.
I want to again.
Just a lot of added steps that aren't needed for the same thing. Like, come on, give us some quality of life. Right, there's the Oro. Let's have a look at the eye before we give it to him. The pox of LeChuck.
Creepy pox-filled eye.
Sure is. Right, give it to
Captain Doro.
Would you
Joaquin.
have it?
One nigh indestructible glass eye. Pox-colored, just like all the cool pirates are wearing them.
Santo Pica and Santa Fe! Ay, 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 ay. My eye is really scary.
Now, according to Cryptogen, all you have to do to set it is pop it in your eye socket.
Ugh.
Ooh,
How do I look?
dangerous.
I think you mean dangerously cool, eh?
Sure, whatever. Now, about your testimony.
No problem, mi amigo. Just call me back to the stand and ask me about this.
Your Dark Ninja Dave Porcelain Power Pirates treasure map? I'll just smuggle this into here.
In my, let's say, mouth.
What?
I better get back into court and introduce this disturbingly moist map into evidence.
Okay. Right. So I think I have finished the trial, right? This- I'd like to return to court.
I'd like to return to court to defend my client.
Let me defend myself.
Pirate court of...
Yes. Get on with it. Okay. Call a witness. Joaquin.
I'd like to call Joaquin
Joaquin.
Jacinto de Mera Alfonso de Oro to the stand.
Fair play for remembering his name. He should have said his name as well.
You swear on Blackbeard's log to tell the truth to the best of your ability as a grog-swilling, backstabbing pirate?
See?
Senor
See?
Demoro.
Captain Doro.
Yes, of course. Why are you here today?
I was recently arrested for trying to sell a counterfeit Dark Ninja Dave porcelain power pirate figurine. A counterfeit figurine crafted by Guybrush Threepwood.
Actually, that wasn't so surprising.
Yeah.
Your witness, counselor.
Okay. Should I ask him a question or two? Play along. You're lying about me, aren't you?
Senor Doro, is it not true that you're an inveterate liar?
No?
So it is true that you're an inveterate liar.
No. Yes. I don't know. What does inveterate mean?
Objection! Your Honor, the defense is attempting to confuse the witness with big words.
Sustained! The defense will take into account the witness's limited vocabulary.
Come on.
Liar, yes?
Me liar, no!
I suggest trying another line of inquiry, Threepnod.
Treep nod. Okay, just a moment, Your Honor.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Right. De Oro.
Captain Doro, what can you tell me about this map?
Objection!
Defense Exhibit 42, Your Honor. This is the map the witness used to find his Dark Ninja Dave Power Pirate.
I'll allow it. But shut your eternally flapping mouth, you festering chumhole!
Ooh. Remove one of them letters.
Map at eBay 6 months ago from a traveling salesman with a plaid jacket and waving arms. He said that it was an authentic Dark Ninja Dave Porcelain Power Pirate's treasure map, but I have since learned that it was just as counterfeit as the Power Pirate it led me to.
And who was the dastardly swindler who sold you this map?
It was...
Hey, would you look at that? I've misfiled my glorious mundus. Your Honor, on behalf of the Porcelain Power Pirates Corporation, I'd like to ask that all charges pertaining to the unfortunate counterfeiting of the Dark Ninja Dave action figure be dropped against Captains Joaquin de Oro and Guybrush Threepwood.
Smart move, counselor. In the matter of porcelain power pirates versus De Oro versus Threepwood, etc., 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 this court finds in favor of the defendants.
You.
Justice? Where's the hangings?
Where's the hangings?
Hangings? Just keep it up, you swabs. Let's see here. Cleared? Dropped? Yes. Congratulations, Captain Threepwood. It appears that you have successfully gotten yourself out from under your various civil charges.
Awesome.
Three timbers, Stumpy.
All before dinner time.
Hold on, what's this? There appears to be a criminal charge on the other side of this blasted paper.
Assault with molten nacho cheese isn't criminal? What else is there?
The creation, incubation, dissemination, proliferation, and mastication of a pox or pox-like affliction. A Class 1 felonious act here on Flotsam.
Oh, Grognuts.
Yeah, but you got...
You plead.
I plead guilty. I plead not guilty. Guilty?
Guilty.
Is that so?
Is the mandatory sentence a slap on the bottom and a public shaming?
Let's see here. No, it's death.
Oh, then not guilty.
On what grounds?
The box is a lie. The box isn't so bad.
The box isn't so bad. Everyone's tough as nails now and can do neato demon things with their eyes.
It's evil. It made me kill all me grandma. I've got boobles on my fundament.
Okay, it's pretty bad.
Do you know, it's really interesting actually to think about, and I'm looking forward to playing Return because of this. So, like Monkey Island 1 and 2, which I figured from playing them this time through so far anyway, like Return might be great, but like 1 and 2, I can really see now why they're considered as highly as they are. Like, they are excellently produced games, paced games. The writing overall is excellent, and there's good variety and stuff like that. But so the comedy here is very, it's quite wordy comedy, like the all those little bits there. Like, that seems like something that David Grossman has in as a writer, and I know he wasn't, like, he didn't direct all these, or he wasn't fully involved in all the writing, but like he kind of oversaw this whole project of Tales. So like a lot of the dialogue and comedy and stuff is very wordy and like wordplay, and it's quite intelligent comedy. But I think having the likes of Tim Schafer on the first and second game, and the likes of Ron Gilbert, and the three of them kind of playing off each other. So like, obviously there's that example of a joke that Tim Schafer hated but Ron Gilbert loved, and it's a Ron Gilbert put it in, is where Guybrush digs up the bone of Largo Legrand's grandfather or whatever and holds it in the air, and his pants falls down, right? It's a silly joke, it's very childish, but it is funny, and it goes along with the more wordy stuff, like the kind of comedy here. And, you know, Tim Schafer's input, like stuff like, I think the how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, I think that's a Tim Schafer type of thing to put in, and the three of them kind of work very well together. But when you don't have all three, it feels too like one-sided or something. It's quite hard to describe what I'm trying to describe, but I hope you kind of understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, it'll be interesting now to see Return, because Return will have Ron and David Grossman working together. So maybe like Ron will reel in some of the more wordy stuff and add a little more childish kind of, like he always described on any podcast an interview I've ever seen with Ron. He's often described the comedy in Monkey Island as so funny you'd spit milk out your nose. It's that type of comedy, kind of childish humor, you know. And I don't know is there a lot of childish humor in this game so far? Probably not. There's more of the kind of wordy kind of stuff, which is good too, but I think having that kind of dynamic of all of them working together is what makes Monkey Island really Monkey Islandish. Anyway, sorry for that tangent.
There's no pox. Everyone's just got the mumps.
Does this look like the mumps to you, Sonny Jim?
Sonny Jim. Yes. Mastication?
I may have aided in its creation, incubation, dissemination, and proliferation, but mastication? That doesn't even make sense.
Are you suggestioning that this court
Suggestioning.
the meaning of the words it uses?
Like, there you go, like...
No.
Good!
Like, they're very David Grossman-y type jokes and comedy, like... Are you suggesting like, are you suggesting that the court doesn't know? Like, that's a wordplay, and that seems very David Grossman to me.
The pox isn't my fault. It's LeChuck's. It all started with the cursed cutlass of Cthulhu. Off the Rock of Gelato, LeChuck was doing something evil with monkeys, and I was all brrr. But then LeChuck broke my root beer bottle, and I had to substitute some of the voodoo lady's ingredients, and then LeChuck turned into a human, and all this voodoo went boom, and Well, it's not my fault.
Your Honor, the defendant is hand-waving. And believe me, I know from hand-waving. But seriously, we all know that the cloud of pox vexing this fair island arrived soon after the defendant and his oozing appendage crept upon these shores.
Oh, I thought that was a background laugh, like a crowd, like an audience watching what it is, an audience.
The pox cloud magically blew away at exactly the same moment that Guybrush sailed away, stealing Flotsam's only ship, I might add.
That's right.
Hey, I won that ship, fair and square.
Now Threepwood has returned, and so has the cloud of pox. What a coincidence! And yet here he stands concocting fanciful stories of a human LeChuck, voodoo cutlasses, and a so-called rock of gelato.
Well, Threepwood, do you have any witnesses to your unlikely tale?
Murray, if he was here.
Dude, she's... Wonder Bunny.
Avast, ye blubbering belugas! I'm sucking your port! Bring me all your spoils, swags, booty, and boodle!
Lane, less plunder, more bunny, please.
Let's plunder move on.
Ooh, me bunny lass! Step into me captain's quarters and let me ravish you,
Oh, boy.
To finally hold you in me arms again, it makes me want to... What's this? The scent of betrayal? Who is this tawdry wench?
Nobody. No one.
She'll die by me rusty blade!
There goes my witness.
Then she must be summoned. Bailiff, serve the woman immediately.
Yes, sir.
You'd
Good
better
luck.
be using the voodoo summons. That saucy sea hag doesn't look like she be respecting the customs of pirate law.
Aye, aye, sir.
But first, hold the defendant's pox-spreading keister back to the brig.
Typical.
All right, you. Stay put until I summon your ball and chain.
I wouldn't call her that. She
Ow!
might
Oof!
take exception. What happened to you?
Oh, I'll tell you what happened. Oh, I went to Club 41 to hand this summons to your better half, and she backhanded me right out of the bar. Ugh.
She backhanded me right out of the
You want
bar.
that banshee on the stand, you're gonna have to serve her yourself.
Grand. Awkward. That was a weird, kind of pointless
Oh, I'm gonna go sit
pan
on the
over and then
top
pan
and
back.
fix me jawbone.
Here we are. It's gonna be interesting.
What the? Ah, ladies' night.
Guybrush, your wife has lost her mind.
And you're about to lose a limb, you sea cow!
Elaine, sugar cakes, let's stop fighting and work this out over a nice cold light grog.
It's her head or yours, bilge boy!
Or you two can just figure out this little misunderstanding on your own. I'll be over here appreciating my head's ability to stay attached to my neck.
I kind of don't remember this, but quite cool. I love that Elaine, she's fighting for her man, like.
A recipe for something called a Fat Island Fuzzy Nostril.
A Fat Island Fuzzy Nostril. Let's talk to Bosun Krebs. Will she help?
You want?
What do you want? Tell me, did it hurt?
Tell me, did it hurt
Did what hurt?
when you fell out of pirate heaven?
No, but this will.
Stay away from Guybrush, you sea hog.
Oh,
Yikes!
Guybrush has all the women after him. Right, a bag of sugar.
Just what I always wanted. An ant-infested sack of sugar. I wonder what happened to Murray.
That looks like an egg there, doesn't it? Or is it just a hole in the table? Puddle of wax.
Gooey wax.
Hot gooey wax. Right, let's have a look at this fuzzy nostril.
Seems simple enough.
In what sense? Like, can we look at it?
The only way to drag Elaine into court is to get this voodoo summons into her hands.
Okay, let's talk to the two.
Morgan, what do you think you're doing?
Don't ask me. Ask your crazy wife.
I'm gonna run you through, you high seas hussy!
You don't have to fight over me.
Ladies, please. There's plenty of Guybrush Threepwood to go around.
Well, there won't be when I'm done with ya.
Get over yourself, Threepwood.
Yikes. Hey, Morgan, I think you're losing your edge.
I'll show you an edge. Whoa!
Elaine, Tucklebear. Morgan's all bark and no bite.
You want bites? You got it. And I'll throw in the bark for free. Whoa!
Elaine, you should know that Morgan and I spent a few nights together inside of a manatee.
Inside of a what? You're a dog, Guybrush Threepwood! Ah!
Wow, Morgan, you're pretty handy with a sword.
Is that so? What else is she handy with?
Brilliant. Okay, so that's obviously for there'll be some puzzle where I need to distract either of them.
Can't you two just work it out over a nice grogatini?
The Guybrush Threepwood is buying me a drink?
Over your dead body, trollop!
Trollop.
Trollop, Schooner Mom.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna go think of something clever. Try not to kill each other while I'm away.
Yeah!
Brilliant. Let's look at the buffet table.
Looks like Elaine and Morgan have made a dog's breakfast of your buffet.
What? That mess? Oh, pshaw, my boy. That's just the typical aftermath of our weekly ladies' night buffet table. Our lady pirates may be easy on the eyes, but heaven help you if you get between them and our bottomless salad bowl.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Occupied.
Sorry.
Occupied. Oh, WP is playing some darts. Let's talk to him.
Hey, WP. Would you mind knocking it off with the darts for a minute?
Not on your life! I need to get in a week's worth of practice before tomorrow night's tournament, and who knows how long those hellions will stay out of my way.
Looks like Ladies' Night is picked up a bit.
Picked up a bit.
Picked up a little too much for my taste. These she-beasts have scared away all me eligible hard-drinking, hard-spending pirate bachelors.
Okay, give me a drink.
I'd like to order a drink.
What'll it be?
A fat fuzzy nostril.
Can you make one of these Fat Island fuzzy nostrils?
Aye, aye, Captain.
While you're making that, I'll just...
Order up. One Fat Island fuzzy nostril, heavy on the fuzz.
That was absurdly fast.
Arr! Libations!
Gimme.
Libations. Ugh.
Yikes.
Get out of the way, you blithering hunk of man meat!
I won't be able to get any closer to the dartboard with those hell kittens in the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is really flattering, but let's calm down and talk this out like adults.
I'll be calm when LaFlay's been filleted like a fish!
Brilliant. You see, there you go. There is another. When fillet has been filleted like a fish. That's total Dave Grossman. TTFN. Okay.
Hey, Morgan, I think you're losing your edge.
I'll show you an edge. Whoa!
Okay, so what's the story there with that?
You should know that Morgan and I spent a few nights together inside of a manatee.
Inside of a what? You're a dog, Guybrush Threepwood! Ah!
Okay.
Yeah!
Arr!
Yeah, R.
Yikes. Nah.
What do I need a sack of sugar for?
Good old C12H22O11. Just like Mama Threepwood used to make.
Ah, if I put the voodoo summons on this.
Yikes.
Get out of the way, you blithering hunk of ma-
Okay, I understand. I need to get them out of here. This is going for a piss.
How about a towel, sir?
Thanks.
There's a person in there.
Ooh, really needed that. Ew, what was that? Hey, what's this piece of paper stuck? It's a recipe for a drink called a Tri-Island Tuna Colada. Looks complicated.
A tuna colada. Do I need to get all these drinks or something?
Looks complicated. There's nothing left of this buffet but a few scraps of tofanity paste and a light ranch dressing.
Okay, and I can't pick up anything, can I? Right, so Boston Krebs again.
What do you want?
It's nice to see one female pirate in this bar isn't a fight-crazed wackadoodle.
Oh, I am. I'm just loading up on carbs before joining the fight. Doesn't pay to have a sugar drop in the middle of one of these things, you know.
A literal sugar drop. Can I give her the sugar, sir? Does she want the sugar? Is that a hint?
I don't think so.
No.
Hey, Krebs.
What do you...
What you gonna do with all that gold?
All what gold?
All that gold inside your chest.
Stay away from Guybrush, you sea hog!
Yikes!
So many women after Guybrush, like, so funny. Guybrush went from literally everybody thinking he was a creep to... Okay, so it's the complicated drink I need to give him because it'll take time for me to put the thing up, right? Tuna colada?
Can you make one of these?
A Tri-Island Tuna Colada? Arr, that takes me back. I haven't made one of these since I was a bosun under Captain Bo.
But can you make one? I'm really in the mood.
Aye, but it'll take some
Yeah.
doing to scrounge up the ingredients.
That's what I
Take
was
your
thinking.
time.
So I need to now stick this, the voodoo summons, to here.
I'll just put this here for safekeeping.
Done! One Tri-Island Tuna Colada. Now I can get back to me darts.
Arr! Libations!
Ha, gimme.
Pirate wenches fighting over a Guybrush.
Hey, ladies.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, Morgan. You're pretty handy with a sword.
Oh no, it's the other one.
So,
Yeah, it's this one.
Elaine, Tucklebear. Morgan's all bark and no bite.
You want bite? You got it! And I'll throw in the bark for free!
Music just randomly stopped. There we are.
good for nothing words getting in the way of my killing.
That's it.
Honey, you are formally summoned to appear before the court of Judge Grindstump in the case of the people of Flotsam versus Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate. TM.
Phew.
That's good puzzle. I like that.
Now I know who wears the daddy pants in the relationship.
You stay away from my boy's pants, or I'll hang you from my Jolly Roger, you Jezebel! And you, don't think you can totter around with some tart and not get a fistful of what?
She's a catch.
And conveniently not a rotten double-crosser.
I told you I had a job to do.
Sure, just doing your job. Tell me, aside from all the silver, how are the benefits?
Guybrush.
Do you get health care for the repetitive stress injuries caused by all the backstabbing and cutting off people's hands?
I said I was sorry.
Sorry? I can't pick my left nostril without risking a lobotomy.
What if
What if nothing? Goodbye, Morgan. I've got a wife to cure and an island to save. Mrs. Threepwood.
Just great moments, like, between those two characters. She just adds such a dynamic to the game. I really wish that it was the focus of the whole game. Maybe like a falling out, relationship troubles with Elaine and Guybrush. I know they're kind of touching on it here. Yeah, chapter 4 really picks up. Like, I'm really enjoying this now. Really enjoying it. Okay. It's good. It's good. It ends. It seems to be. It's going to end on a high. And like, I remember loving the last chapter. I actually can't wait to replay the 5th chapter and see, do I still like it. Okay. Please tell everyone how the pox is LeChuck's fault. Please tell everyone what a great guy I am. Okay.
Please tell the court how this horrible pox is all LeChuck's fault.
LeChuck? That stick in the mud wouldn't know a good pox if it kicked him in the fundament. Heck, there wouldn't even be a pox if you'd gone through with the voodoo lady's recipe properly. But no, you had to wave that root beer bottle around like some sort of conquering hero. Oh, look at me! I be Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate! Next thing I know, you're trying to replace root beer with root grog and bam! Pox all over the place. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Okay.
Delighted.
Honey, why don't you please tell everyone how I've been trying to find a cure for the pox?
Don't you honey me, you two-timing cannon scrubber. I bet all this talk of looking for La Esponja Grande was all plot to spend time canoodling with your little privateering she-slag.
La Esponja Grande, yes, it's right over there, see?
Sure it is.
Like, I love all the piratey kind of, like, what did you say there, cannon canoodler or something? Like, the amount of those that they had to come up with to keep them constantly fresh. I suppose the one problem is that there's so many of those kind of piratey turns of phrase. Well, they're not real ones, or they're ones that they're making up as comedy ones, like, and they're just progressively getting weirder and weirder. But it must have taken a long time to come up with all of them. But as I said, the problem is that they go by so quick, and there's only like one of them each time that it's hard to remember them.
Honey, why don't you...
No.
Last...
Yeah, did that already. Sure it is.
Could you give the court some idea of what a fine, upstanding pirate your husband is?
Well, let's see. When I first met him, he was breaking into my mansion to steal a statue. Later, after shanghaiing a crew to take him to Monkey Island, he totally failed to rescue me from the evil clutches of the ghost pirate LeChuck, so I had to dress up a couple of monkeys in a bridal gown.
This may have been a bad line of questioning.
Then he left me hanging over a pit while he went looking for the treasure of Big Whoop. I didn't hear from him for 3 years after that. Turned me into a bleeding statue.
A bleeding statue.
The seat up. Oh, and that's not even mentioning all the times I found myself tied up, manacled, or otherwise incarcerated because of his blithering idiocy.
You're too good for him, love.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
That's sad that they referenced all of the Monkey Island games. They referenced obviously Monkey Island 1, stealing the statue, Monkey Island 2, where he is, goes into the treasure of Big Whoop in the hole in the ground, and turning her into a statue, but they didn't mention anything from Escape. But like, was it really disliked that much at the time? I've read good reviews from that time period. I've PC magazines from that era, and people spoke highly of the game, reviewers. Was it really disliked that much at the time? That in 2008-9, when they were making this game or whatever, that they decided, no, we won't reference Escape. Like, why not? I don't understand. But 2, yeah. So 3 years he was down the hole in Big Whoop land, according to this game. I wonder how Return will deal with that, if it deals with it at all, because that's something that obviously kind of sets something in canon, that he was down the hole for 3 years, and then Curse happened after 3 years later, when she's the new governor of that new island, or living on that island in Castle, and then she gets turned into a thing. So Return to Monkey Island is taking place technically in between Monkey Island 2 and Curse of Monkey Island. Interesting.
Honey, why don't you please...
Yeah. We've done that already. Move on. Sure it is.
I'd like a second to think about my next move, Your Honor.
Make it fast! Your character witness is oozing all over my courtroom!
Oozing.
Honey, look! They confiscated your ring!
You let someone take it from you? Didn't I tell you never to let it out of your sight?
Yeah, but...
But me no buts, love of mine.
But me no buts.
Your Honor, Buccaneers of Flotsam, you all believe that I, Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate, have brought this horrible pox to your shores.
Off with it,
Run
head!
him off the plank!
Jungle beast!
What if I were to tell you that I could tame this unruly witness, prove my good intentions, and begin the process of curing you all of this hideous voodoo pox, all in one fell swoop?
I don't know. Maybe.
To the jungle beast!
Your Honor, I object. Defense is grasping at sponge-shaped straws here.
Denied! But get on with it, Captain! The hangman gets overtime if we keep him up after midnight!
With pleasure, Your Honor. Wenches and pirates, I give you Exhibit S, the wonder of La Esponja Grande.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Now behold, as a simple exfoliating motion of La Esponja Grande washes away the pox, restoring my wife to her usual, mostly pleasant demeanor.
Arr!
Sugar cakes?
Off with it, head!
Get that piece of seaweed off me, you deep-sea doily diver!
Does the defense have any other pointless arguments it would like to make?
This is sort of all I got.
Then, by the power vested in me by the put-upon pirates of Flotsam Island, I summarily sentence you to be hanged by your pox-spreading neck until you are...
Right there.
Ah, here he is.
What? Woof.
Woof.
This.
My name is LeChuck, and I can tell you exactly what Guybrush did.
Chuck, I thought he was a ghost.
I heard he was a zombie.
Don't listen to him!
You see, Your Honor, the pox is all my fault.
Listen to him.
Listen to him!
For decades, I dabbled in the dark forces of voodoo, clamoring for power. I hungered for it. I yearned for it. I pillaged, plundered, and killed for it.
I can attest to all of this.
And it was my accumulated voodoo that infected you all. Dark, evil voodoo that was explosively released when I was once again defeated by the perpetually heroic Guybrush Threepwood.
He's not kidding. I've killed him like 5 times.
So you see, Guybrush Threepwood is not the source of this pox. I am, and I hereby throw myself upon the mercy of this court, or lack thereof.
Off with your head!
But wait, there's more. It turns out I had an unknown silent power urging me down those darkened voodoo corridors. A power far more insidious than I could ever hope to be. I submit to the court this journal, property of the...
Quiet up there!
the Voodoo Lady.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that creepy lady who lives in the shack?
What the what?
In these pages, you will find detailed plans laid out by the Voodoo Lady over the course of many years to manipulate my never-ending rise to power. My hunger for voodoo, my seemingly endless cycle of ironically comical death and disturbing resurrection. My obsession with the darling Elaine. It's all because of her.
Off with her head!
To the jungle beast!
Can't be true, can it?
Order! Order! I hereby call for the release of Guybrush Threepwood and the immediate imprisonment of LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady! To the brig with both of them!
Oh, I've had it up to me eye patch with all this land-loving lollygagging. I'm off to plunder me some treasure.
Don't worry about me, my friend. Go cure your wife.
Weird. I Didn't quite remember that.
I'm finally free, but now my pox-crazed wife is nowhere to be found. A mad scientist is hunting her for who knows what reason, and the legendary voodoo sponge that was supposed to cure her has turned out to be useless. Under normal circumstances, I'd ask the voodoo lady for help, but she's sitting in the jail cell next to my archenemy, who may or may not be my best friend, after it's been revealed that she has been the secret power behind most of my travails over most of my life as a pirate. Maybe I should have been a beekeeper like my Uncle Sid.
He has an Uncle Sid who was a beekeeper. Right, well, we have to obviously talk to the voodoo lady who's tricked us all.
Hello, Treepwood.
You sent me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Esponja.
Ah, I noticed you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young. It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo.
Extra steps you didn't tell us.
Brought to maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo courses to bring it to adult size.
What sort of meal is that?
A feast for the senses. The menu, Treepwood. Take it, and serve the sponge a meal unlike any other.
And then?
It will grow.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
What? Oh, okay. A voodoo feast in the 6 courses guaranteed to embiggen the smallest beastie. First course, put on a napkin that's a sight, a garnish clot grotesquely bright. Once completed in order, your wee beastie will grow to maturity. Second course, antipasta jungle meat gives off a smell like stinky feet. Third course, before the main course, cleanse your palate with a taste that hits you like a mallet. Fourth course, the main course will cause you quite a flap and the sixth sense will use your map. Now engorge your smallest dessert, a touch so shocking it might hurt. Your meal is finished, let out a cheer or belch so loud that all can hear. First course.
Well, that's odd.
Okay, so this is one of those weird kind of foldy things.
It's like a whole new map now.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
I better fold this up before I put it in my pocket.
I think I'm going to leave the episode there. And I think I'm going to continue on with this chapter in the next episode. Because I think that this is going to be kind of a little bit of a longer puzzle. And it might lead up to the end of the chapter. Let's have one look at Esponja Grande.
It's a good thing Elaine gave me her wedding ring. She's so poxed out now, she'd probably hawk it for a keg of grog. Looks like I'm going to have to give this mini sponge a feast for the senses before he'll suck up any more pox.
Okay, yeah. Or should I... I'll talk to LeChuck as well, just to see how he's going. Then I'll end the episode there.
Guybrush!
I would have bet my good hand I'd never say this, but thank you.
For what? I've caused you nothing but despair.
For taking the fall back there, and for exposing the voodoo lady. I don't know what to make of any of it, but now I can focus on saving Elaine and dealing with the pox.
It is the very least I could do. But be careful, Guybrush.
I'm always careful.
This from the guy who proposed to his wife with the cursed engagement ring you stole from my hold?
Is that a dig? Is the evil demon pirate LeChuck developing a sense of humor? This is weird. Really, thanks again.
You don't need to thank me, my friend. I merely spoke the truth. They say that truth is the greatest barnacle scrubber, you know.
Is it now? Where have you been?
Where have you been? I thought you were with Elaine.
Well, after leaving Spinner Cay, Elaine and I set out to finish releasing all those monkeys I'd captured. After we were finished releasing the last of them, Elaine caught wind of your trial, went into a poxed rage, seized a passing clam schooner, and made a beeline for Flotsam Island.
That's my girl.
Needless to say, I took my own vessel and headed after her. But in the middle of the night, my ship was sunk by a rogue wave. I was washed up on an island of cannibals, from whom I deftly escaped, using many of the self-same skills you taught me back on the Jerkbait Islands.
You know, it's amazing how easily man-eating tribes can be reasoned with.
Knowing I needed to get here more than ever, I lashed together a few bits of cannibal leftovers and warthog sinew to build a makeshift raft. Unfortunately, that was soon eaten by the sharks.
Oh no!
So I swam. I swam as fast as I could for 3 days.
And arrived just in time to save me from the gallows. Nicely done, buddy.
Okay.
Kudos to your swim instructor.
I was fueled by the fire of our budding friend.
That's the idea of that is hilarious.
Have you seen Elaine?
No, not since she left me in a poxed rage.
She's been doing a lot of that lately.
Okay.
I can't believe the voodoo lady has been pulling your ghostly / demonic strings all these years.
It came as a shock to me as well. But her diary spells it all out. You, me, Elaine, we're all part of the voodoo lady's malevolent plans.
Malevolence is in the eye of the beholder, Guybrush Treepwood.
The beholder.
No, this is difficult to understand, but things are not as they seem.
No, things seem remarkably convoluted, which is what I've come to expect from you.
I've always had your best interests at heart.
Well, what about my interests? Without your meddling, I could have lived a normal, happy pirate's life.
Ha! The destiny of LeChuck has never been normal.
Like, it's funny that I played this game obviously when I was much younger, and like probably nearly over 10 years ago. But like that seems like a pretty big story reveal that I should have remembered, but I just don't remember the whole fact that the voodoo lady was pulling the strings. Now maybe they're going to turn it around later on. Maybe it was that actually she's behind everything for a good reason, and that's why I've kind of forgotten it, because it's not that big of a deal. Like,
How about the mountain of ice on the roller coaster of the damned? She was behind that?
Especially that.
huh?
I risked life, limb, and manatee to get La Esponja Grande, and it's a puny, worthless lump.
What?
Soak up the gargantuan wonder that is La Esponja Grande.
That is La Esponja Grande? But wasn't it supposed to hold infinite amounts of voodoo?
I know. What a crock.
The size of the sponge is meaningless.
Huh.
It is what you do with it that matters.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
you fight like a...
Yeah, Guybrush and LeChuck being friends is kind of wholesome. Kind of wholesome.
The sponge is still small.
Most unfortunate.
So, Miss Spooky Pants gave me this menu which will supposedly put more grande in my esponja.
Excellent.
You want to put some of your newfound deductive reasoning to the test and help me figure out what I need for the menu?
I'd give my beard to be able to help you, but I'm afraid my pirate mind is not fit for such things.
Which explains why after all these years you still allowed me to get within a nautical mile of you with a bottle of voodoo root beer. Got any deep thoughts about this voodoo menu?
I'm afraid...
Okay, no.
Sit tight, buddy. Once I save Elaine, you're next.
Don't worry about me.
Okay, yeah, so I'm definitely going to leave it there, ladies and gents. It's been a pleasure playing as always, because I think that puzzle sequence is going to be quite long, and I don't want to overdo it with the game, because I don't want to, you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this chapter so far, so I want to keep that enjoyment up. And you know, the episode, we're at an hour nearly, so you know, I don't want to bore you either. Thank you as always for coming along on this journey, this piratey adventure that we're all taking part in, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I salute you all. My name is Dangerously, and I will see you the next time on Tales of Monkey Island.